Welcome to another trading video. Today we are going to go over the strategy of multiple times winner of the Trading World Champion, Serghey Magala. So you can see here, Serghey won the Forex in 2024 and he won it here on futures, and he also won it here with an impressive 316.5%, and you can also see him down here as the winner in 2023. Now the strategy that Serghey uses, he is Italian. I've done his course and it was very difficult, very difficult translating everything. It took so much time. There's nothing out there online, I believe, so I'm going to make a video on his strategy. But before we get started, I use his strategy, but I also use the volume footprint. The volume footprint here, I've made a video on this. I will put the video on this in the description below. After 20 minutes you'll totally understand the volume footprint. But to have this, you need to be a premium subscriber to TradingView. If you're not willing to, invest £50 a month into yourself to give the best tools possible to trade, a dentist wouldn't try and take out and extract a tooth with a hammer and a Stanley blade, and that's exactly what you're trying to do if you're just trading with these flat charts. So invest in yourself, buy one of these packages. I've got premium because it gives me, basically I can put 8 charts up on the one screen. I've got multiple alerts. I think I use about 40 alerts consistently, so I don't need to be in front of the charts all the time. I'll get sent an email when it's at my area of interest. So there's a link below, and I'll pin a link in the comments for TradingView to buy a subscription. So back to Serghey Magala. His course is in Italian, and yeah, we're going to go through here in an English video today on what he does. So I'm on the 1 hour time frame here. I've got one indicator on my screen. It's basically our currency strength indicator, and it's called FOTSI, not to be confused with FOTSI. It's FOTSI. And if you go to here on TradingView, this is the open source version I'm using. I believe there is 2. They're exactly the same. They're just different colours. But here's the gentleman who created the one that I will be using for this video. So, currencies. The major currencies of the world: the Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, Japanese yen, the euro, New Zealand dollar, Aussie dollar, US dollar and sterling British pound. Unlike, the Nasdaq and stocks and the S&P and gold that can go up and go up forever like a rocket, currencies cannot go up like a rocket. Very rarely, because these companies need to exchange. That's why it's called the foreign exchange. So when the UK is paying the Japanese money for something, hundreds of millions for whatever it may be, vehicles or steel, they need to get a good price. And that's why the Forex is fractal. It goes up, it goes down, and both countries are making sure that they're getting the best deal. So what we can see here, this is very easy to explain. So here you can see that each currency is represented by a line here. So we'll start off with this one, right? So it's a Great British Pound, you can see here in the purple line, and the Japanese yen here is the orange line. Now what we are looking for is we're looking for one of them to be overextended. It has to be above the red line, okay, or below the green line. You don't necessarily need to have one beyond the red and one below the green. The way this works is as long as you've got one here above, okay, it's sufficient if the other one you're pairing with is below this shaded area here. You see this shaded area, okay? As long as it's below this minus 25. Okay, so you're looking for a plus 50 and anywhere below minus 25. And on the flip side, you're looking for a minus 50 and a plus 25. So in this instance, you'd pair this asset here, which is a US dollar, with either the Aussie or the New Zealand. Okay, and in this instance, you would go with the Aussie because it's the one that's further away. So let's go first to the Great British Pound, Japanese Yen, GJ. So let's come over here and we'll select GJ. So again, we're going to get our line tool, our vertical line, and we're just going to draw a line where we think we would enter. So as you can see, this one's beyond here, but we're waiting on this, a curve happening. So I would probably be looking at around about this position here. And what we're going to do is we're going to short the pound. Okay. So as you can see here, there's our line. Okay. We enter a short position here. And our stop loss is going to be above the wick here. Just pull that in, and that would have been a 3.5 to 1 trade. So again, we'll just pull the FOTSI up so we can see both. Okay, so as you can see, we entered because the JPY was way overextended. Sorry, the Great British Pound was way overextended and was due to come down, and we paired it with the yen, which was in this outer, it was beyond this shaded, this purple shaded area. Okay, so that was a good trade. Let's look for another opportunity. And the beauty of this indicator is no matter what pair you're on, you're seeing the same thing. So you don't need to go away and check every single Forex pair. You just look at the FOTSI. So literally this is the only thing you need on your screen. This is the only thing you're watching until you see this go below or above. And you can do it on anything. Look, it stays the same no matter what pair you're on. So you don't need to go through and check every single one, and that is the good thing about this. It's a very good strategy for somebody who may be busy working a 9-to-5 job, or they've got children at night when they go home. They don't need to be in the charts looking for, fib retracements and all this stuff. You've got one indicator that's your guide for everything. So here we can see US dollar is overextended here, and the green, so the dark green is New Zealand, so that would be NZD USD. So again, we were here. We're going to draw a vertical line of where we thought we would get in. So probably about here. We're going to reduce this FOTSI. So again, this was a New Zealand dollar, US dollar, and we're looking to short. Okay, so you can see here, this is the line. So we're going to click here on a short position. We're going to sell New Zealand dollar. And we're just going to tuck our stop loss in below the previous candle. And then our take profit could be really anywhere. Just look at the structure to the left to see where you think. Personally, I'm liking the look of this area here, because I can see it was like a previous high point. So I'm going to pull down to here and across. And there was a 7.5 to 1 trade again. So again, this is a strategy used by Serghey Magala. You can look it up. There's very limited information on this because the course is in Italian. Serghey's got several different courses. I picked this course because it was I don't even think it's available anymore, the course. But I picked this one because the simplicity of this here, again, doesn't matter what pair you're on, you're just focusing on this currency strength index here. So let's look for another opportunity. So we can see here, we've got Japanese yen as an oversold position, and the US dollar is above this 25, and this was on May the 9th. So we'll come back to UJ, and here it is here. So I'm going to take my vertical line and I'm going to draw it just here. You can actually see this yen. Can you see when it actually just starts to curve? Okay, so it's coming down and then it flattens out. So it's at that flatten out area I'm interested. I'll just zoom in and show you this again. So as you can see, we're coming down, okay, and you can see at this bottom area where it almost flattens out. This is what we're looking for, yeah, because the momentum stopped, it's flattened out. So if we come to the chart, again, we've drew a line in the area, and we're looking to short US because US is the one that's up here. You can see here on the chart we've actually took this position. You can see with the little arrows I actually entered it a bit further back, but never mind. We'll come to short this, and that was our take profit. Where would our stop loss have been? It would have been just above that previous wick, and as you can see, that's a 3.5 to 1 win trade here. So again, another thing I would use here when I'm trading this strategy, this is one of two strategies that I use. If you would like me to make a video on my full strategy, please leave a comment in below, and I'd be really interested to hear what country you're from. It always fascinates me to see whereabouts in the world people are watching my content. So share this video as well with your friends if you have any traders. This is an excellent strategy. You can see here yourself that Serghey has literally won the Trading World Championship for Forex multiple times using this strategy. Serghey Magala, he is Italian. Here it is here. And I've actually spoke to Serghey on WhatsApp as well when I was first doing this course. Probably about 2 or 3 years ago. So let's come back to the charts here, and something else I would use would be my volume footprint. I'm a huge fan of the volume footprint. Again, you need to be a premium subscriber to TradingView. In the description and in the pinned comment in the chat is a link to the premium subscription on TradingView. Invest £50 in yourself. I once heard a quote, you know, the best thing you can invest in is yourself, and if you're serious about trading, why would you not invest £50 a month, or whatever amount of dollars it is, $60. It's literally a phone contract, isn't it, what you would pay for your mobile phone. So let's go back to the charts here and see what happened on the volume footprint. So again, I've got a detailed video. The volume footprint, I've got it set up just for Delta. Again, I will put the video in the description below on the settings that I use, because usually there's too much noise on this indicator, and to get it looking like this, you change a couple of settings. So here you can see that we had quite a lot of sellers here. They came in to the market at 800, 637, 630, and then stepped up to 1.86k, 1.29, 1.7 is going down, and you can see the overall delta down here as well is 1.99. So this is good information to make you execute a trade. If it was going through and it was in your area, and you had seen, in this example we're looking to short, but if I looked at the delta and I seen a really positive number on the delta telling me that the buyers were in control, I wouldn't enter this trade. You know, so it really, again, going back to this subscription, this is the one trade, whether it's a win or saving you from a loss. This can be easily made back in one trade. So I hope this video has been helpful. Again, please subscribe, like, comment if you want more content. Please share this video with your friends. Until the next time, stay safe.